What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. It's another day and another bad bit of news for your freedom of speech online. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Remember when TikTok was saying, America, we want your First Amendment speech is so important to us. Oh, First Amendment, so good. You cannot ban TikTok. Well, TikTok just voluntarily signed a new commitment to censor all of its users. I'm not surprised that YouTube, Instagram, and X, and Facebook. I am surprised about X. Now, this is a wild story. And of course, Trump's only been president for 1 week. Hopefully this gets looked at immediately. But let's check this out. First, a huge shout out to this video sponsor, Aura. Think about a time when a company you trusted announced a data leak involving your personal information. What went through your mind? I know it's happened to me more times than I can even remember. I'm always like, oh man, better check my credit. Well, how about the time when National Public Data had a breach and 2.9 billion records were leaked, including your social security numbers? That was a very motivating moment for me, and that's why I signed up for Aura. Aura has a whole suite of amazing features. It has a data broker opt-out, identity theft protection, financial fraud protection, a VPN, antivirus, password manager. But what's the best thing about it is how it scrubs the internet and looks for any of your personal information, alerts you to it, and helps you in some cases to remove it. You can get all of this in one place for one affordable price. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. And if you don't want to either, go to Aura.com/thequartering to try 2 weeks for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal information has been exposed. Check it out. I use the software. I absolutely love it. It makes me feel much safer in terms of what my data is out there. Link in the description. Now, Facebook, X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok signed voluntary commitment to tackle hate speech. Now, of course, hate speech is not a real thing. It's a made-up word to help people justify censorship. They signed a voluntary commitment. So I'm going to have a question for Elon Musk about this, by the way, that is geared towards making efforts to prevent illegal hate speech, sorry, UK, on their platforms in the EU. The updated agreement requires signatories to analyze at least 2/3 of hate speech notices within 24 hours. By the way, Elon Musk signed this. YouTube signed this. TikTok, remember TikTok? Oh, America, we love your free speech. America have such good free speech. Please do not ban the TikTok. Why? My accent's all over the place. I mean, I thought TikTok was for freedom of speech. Also, they must be transparent about hate speech detection and reduction, and to permit third-party monitors to evaluate how the platform evaluates their hate speech notices. The code of conduct, which subjects signatories to an annual audit with regard to compliance, potentially showcases the EU's effort to regulate online spaces while maintaining transparency. They have no right to do this, not in America anyway. You ever get like one of those notices? I get those notices sometimes from X or Twitter where like, oh, your post has been blocked in Germany because some, like lily-livered kraut was upset. Not my viewers, but you get what I'm saying. So that's, I mean, I don't know what it's like to live in the UK. I used to want to go there. Now, based on everything I'm seeing and the incredible fact that the most popular child name in the UK is Mohammed, I don't necessarily feel like going there anymore, but it's got to suck to not have a First Amendment. Here in America, we have a First Amendment, although it gets trampled over all the time. I'm not going to pretend like it's automatically always better, because we saw during the last 4 years with the Biden administration simply just ignoring our First Amendment rights and having social media companies work with them to ignore our First Amendment rights. They wrote, hatred and polarization are threats to EU values and fundamental rights and undermine the stability of our democracies. Words are so powerful that they undermine the stability of the entire European Union's democracy. Words. Doesn't sound like you have a very strong democracy if that's true. Now, obviously, I know most people in the EU, as certainly anybody that watches my videos agrees with me that this is ridiculous. I do just think it is pretty curious that they all willingly signed this. Also in the news, YouTube has now rolled out hour-long unskippable ads. Now look, I make my living on ad revenue. Occasionally I get to do an ad read, but the lion's share of money that I make to support my 10 employees comes from ad rev. I understand some people choose to block it. I understand that. I just hope that maybe they buy some coffee from me, or maybe they go to thequartering.com/join and support me directly. I have obviously a biased position, although I'm not biased, but I have a vested interest in ads. And even I am like, this is bonkers. YouTube users are experiencing extremely long, unskippable ads, sometime up to an hour long. Even though Google has maintained that it restricts unskippable ads to a maximum of 15 seconds on mobile and a full minute on TV. Why is it longer on TV? Now, the company further explained that some ad blockers can distort the playback experience. So YouTube is blaming ad blockers for this. They're saying it's an hour-long ad, which sometimes people will run. I've seen them before. I've always been able to skip them. Now, I use YouTube Premium. I use Rumble Premium. So I very rarely have an ad. But unless it's, in the actual read. But here, most of us hate YouTube ads at this point. What started off as minimal intrusion into the viewer experience has gradually become longer and more intrusive, to the point where many of us prefer just paying for YouTube Premium, which is what YouTube wants, right? And never seeing another ad again. For some users, this just isn't a feasible option. So they make their peace watching ads to support their favorite creators on the YouTube platform. Lately, however, users have been getting really long, unskippable ads, long enough to question whether the video after the ad is even worth it. Reddit user Linux has complained about a long, unskippable ad with the duration about 58 minutes. Many users in the comments mentioned that they get ads that are disturbingly long. One user claimed, without proof, that they had gotten a 10-hour-long ad, while others one-upped the claim and said an unsubstantiated term of a 90-hour ad. Looking for proof, Reddit user Standard Slip has shared an image of a 2-hour and 52-minute ad for a 49-minute video. And here you go. And it is unskippable. Well, it's 24 seconds in, so maybe it was there. But here's a 3-hour ad. If you look at the image closely, you'll notice the skipping ad button on the bottom left, which gives us clues about what could be happening. On the bottom left. Oh, it says skipping ads. Yeah. Well, none of these users have disclosed whether or not they're using ad blocker. The second image clearly shows one is in the works. It's possible, if you're using an ad blocker, YouTube is now able to detect it and present you with an absurdly long, unskippable ad. I mean, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. But obviously, this is going to backfire. If one of my viewers is using an ad blocker, again, I hope that I can guilt them into going to thequartering.com/join, supporting me there, buying coffee a couple times a year, maybe a Christmas gift box from Coffee Brand Coffee. There's a lot of ways to support. Super chatting when I'm live, right? I get it. People want to make sure the money goes directly to the creator. But it is a pretty low blow for YouTube to say, oh, you're using an ad blocker? Well, now we're going to serve up a 3 or 4 or 10-hour unskippable ad. Well, these absurdly long unskippable ads might be caused by ad blockers. Other users are getting more, not unbelievably long, but still too long unskippable ads. An older thread from Reddit user MeGlugs Big Jugs showcases a 1:28 ad, and other users have also claimed to have the same experience. Here is a 1:29 unskippable ad. YouTube has been inching towards longer and more ads for free users, At the same time, the service really hates ad blockers for a good reason, as it hurts their bottom line, obviously. Users have one clear option to pay for YouTube Premium to avoid ads. Sometimes that doesn't work either. So the next best option is to make peace with the ads or spend your time elsewhere. Maybe like Rumble Video. If you're going to pay for Premium, maybe pay for Rumble Premium. Promo code The Quartering actually saves you money over on that. I think it's still active. I mean, to me, YouTube's war on ad blockers continues, now making ads truly unskippable. And then the fact that they're replacing short ads with hours-long unskippable ads is so weird. I don't know that, especially if I found out that they were doing that to me like on purpose to like stick it to me, I don't exactly think that that would inspire me to give YouTube more money. I don't think they really understand how human nature works. By the way, on Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky just tweeted, Rumble team is on a mission to make creators more money than YouTube per view. We think we have the winning formula. Rumble's creator partnership program will be introduced in the coming weeks. It's focused on hard workers and objectivity. Buckle up. That was back on January 26th. I certainly hope that's true. I hope more people seem to think that YouTube's just for conservatives. It's not. It's for everybody. I upload my RC videos there. I upload, my videos on Marvel there, and they do just as fine as everybody else. I'm hoping that that's the case. But, Rumble still has ads too. This is something that was always going to be a battle, but to have a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour unskippable ad on YouTube, that's just bonkers. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you want to support the channel, keep your data safe, check out this video's sponsor, Aura. Link is in the description down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.